Prime Minister Modi would again be campaigning in Bihar, where he will address election rallies in Saharsa and Katihar. On Sunday, PM Modi held back-to-back rallies in Ara and Nawada districts, followed by a mega road show in Patna. He stressed that the NDA's manifesto is a guarantee of Bihar's all-round development along with social justice. Later, in a social media post on his X handle, PM Modi thanked the people of city for their affection and blessings. RJD leader and Mahagathbandhan's Chief Minister Tejaswi Yadav held a public rally in Vaishali Assembly constituency. He assured that families without government jobs will be provided with one after his alliance forms the government. "15 people died and 2 were injured in a road accident in Jodhpur district in Rajasthan on Sunday. The deceased and injured were travelling in a tempo traveller which crashed into a parked truck on the Bharat-Mala Expressway. The injured were taken to the nearby hospital for treatment and a green corridor was created for their swift transfer, and police have launched an investigation into the cause of the crash. Prime Minister Modi expressed grief over the accident and announced an ex-gratia of ₹2 lakh Indian rupees each for the deceased and 50,000 rupees for the injured from Prime Minister National Relief Fund. And nearly 6 months after Operation Sindoor, India is carrying out its biggest military exercise along the coast of Gujarat and western borders of Rajasthan, involving all 3 services and other agencies to practice multi-domain integrated operations in a large and complex operational environment. Major tri-services exercise Trishul, exemplifies India's resolve to safeguard its borders through the spirit of jointness, Atmanirbharta and innovation. The exercise aims to achieve validation and synchronization of operational procedures across the 3 services, enabling joint operations in multi-domain environment. Key objectives include enhancing interoperability of platforms and infrastructure. The drill that has commenced and will continue till the second week of November. An Indian Army South-Western Command 2 carried out a major integrated fire and maneuver exercise named Sentinel Strike from October 28th to 30th at Mahajan Field firing ranges in Rajasthan's Thar Desert. The exercise, executed by the formation's gunners, showcased exceptional precision and coordination as they engaged and destroyed simulated hostile targets during live firing drills. Conducted in an all-arms environment, the exercise featured modern artillery systems, mechanized forces and a comprehensive counter-drone and counter-unmanned aerial systems grid. Following the exercise, Army Commander Lieutenant General Manjinder Singh said the forces are preparing for any act of war, any contingency.
Indian Army is following the political direction of new normal. As we have been told that today any act of terror in the country, whenever it happens, will be act of war. So for a military or the Indian Army have to prepare for this, any act which is going to happen. So for this, in Southwestern Command, we undertaken series of steps to ensure that our activities are aligned and are fully prepared to respond to the enemy if any misadventure is taken anywhere in the country.
Time now for a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching DD India Newshour.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Hello. Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Newshour. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Top stories we are tracking this hour. Historic first World Cup title for Indian women's cricket team as they clinch memorable 52-run victory against South Africa in the title clash in Navi Mumbai. President Murmu, PM Modi congratulate Team India. US President Donald Trump does not rule out military operation in Nigeria, says there could be US troops on the ground in Nigeria or airstrikes. Israel says it received remains of 3 additional captives from Hamas as part of a hostage prisoner exchange under the US brokered Gaza ceasefire agreement. Strong earthquake tremors measuring 6.3 on the Richter scale rattle Afghanistan's Hindu Kush region. Tremors fell from Iran to Pakistan. And the Indian women's cricket team scripted history, winning their maiden ICC World Cup title last night in Navi Mumbai. The women in blue defeated South Africa in the summit clash by 52 runs. The team secured the coveted trophy in its third attempt, having previously lost 2005 final to Australia and the 2017 summit clash to England. In 2025 final, Shefali Verma scored a brilliant 87 of 78 balls, while Deepti Sharma contributed a runner ball 58, helping India post 298 for 7 in 50 overs after being invited to bat first. In the chase, Laura Wolfott led South Africa's reply with a captain's knock of 101. They were all out for 246 in 45.3 overs. Deepti Sharma claimed 5 for 39 in a fine all-round display on a memorable night for the host, while Shefali Verma chipped in with 2 wickets for 36 runs. With this victory, India joined Australia, England and New Zealand as the only countries to have won the showpiece tournament. All right, we'll go across to Navi Mumbai now. DD India's Suchitra Bhardwaj is there, who saw the match, who covered the match, who has been covering the entire tournament. Hi Suchitra, it's a big win for India, and they were waiting for it for so long, 4 decades, dawn of a golden age for women's cricket in India. You were there at the venue. Tell us, how was it for the women in blue, and what was the atmosphere at the stadium after India registered this historic victory?
Yes, good morning, Abhishek. You know how cricket is like a religion in India, and we have seen fans frenzy for the men's cricket many times, but this is the first time that such kind of fandom has been seen in women's cricket. This Women's World Cup has changed a lot for women's cricket in India and for cricket fans in India. You know, after that semi-final victory against Australia, we interacted with many cricket fans, and there were many who said that this is the best ever cricket match that they have seen. They said that, you know, be it men or women, this was the best chase that they have seen, and they were so proud of that Indian women team. And before the final, we interacted with many fans. After that particular semi-final victory yesterday, not a single fan was doubtful about India's victory in the final. So it shows how the fans' opinion about the women's cricket team has changed. Women Premier League has done a lot of good for the women's cricket, but this World Cup is going to change, we can see, the landscape of women's cricket in India. And I still remember the very first match of the tournament that I covered, the Sri Lankan skipper, she was asked about, you know, how only Australia, England and New Zealand have won the World Cup, and this time India and Sri Lanka being the hosts, there were chances and there were hopes that, you know, an Asian team would be winning the World Cup. And the Sri Lankan captain, you know, without being partial to her own country, her own team, she also said that she wanted an Asian team to win this tournament, and she particularly mentioned India because India is a strong side, and she also said that she wanted India to win this World Cup. So this World Cup is not only for Indian cricket team, this is also for Asia. Women's World Cup title, any ICC title has come to Asia for the first time. So this is a great day for Indian women cricket and for Asian women? Abhishek.
Also, Sujitra, not only for the names that you've mentioned, also if you talk about Shantarang Goswami, Diana Delji, India's first captain. If you talk about Anjum Chopra, Jhulan Goswami, Mithali Raj, Hall of Famer, it's for them also. And these girls, Suchitra, have different stories. Who played Sri Charani, who had to convince her father to play cricket, not athletics. Kranti God, nearest station was 40 kilometers away. Amanjot Kaur, who took a brilliant catch to dismiss South Africa captain. Her grandmother used to sit in the park to make her play. Harmanpreet Kaur, what a journey she has had. 5th World Cup for her. And 10 girls, Sujita, were playing World Cup for the first time. Great stories of these girls. And you think this victory will do the same thing what 1983 World Cup win did for the boys? Women's cricket will never be the same now, at par with the men in blue.
Yes, definitely, Abhishek. This victory is continuously being compared to the 1983 World Cup victory, and there are so many similarities also. You know, before that 1983 World Cup, there was not too much awareness, there was not too much fandom for the men's cricket before that 1983 World Cup win, but a lot changed after that. And in that 1983 World Cup, Indian team defeated the West Indies, the invincible West Indies, and here also in this particular World Cup, India defeated the 7 times champion Australia, and that too chasing a world record target. So I think more than the final, that particular semi-final victory cemented India as a superpower in women's cricket in the world. And if we look at the journey of the Indian cricket team in this particular tournament, just like the 1983 team's journey, nobody expected them to make it to the finals. Indian team started as favourites, but after those 3 losses against 3 big teams, we lost to Australia, we lost to England, we lost to South Africa, and suddenly the fans were losing hope. Everybody was questioning whether this team is able to make it to the semi-final, whether this team deserves to become the world champion. But what a comeback by the Indian cricket team. They bounced back, they defeated New Zealand in that do-or-die clash, then that semi-final against Australia, and then finally in the final against South Africa, Indian team showed nerves of steel. It's not really easy, because that past memories are always at the back of your mind. Indian team had lost twice in the semi-finals, twice in the finals, 4 times you have lost, and now you are in the finals, you are playing in front of your home crowd, that crowd of near about 45,000. It boosts your confidence, but it also adds to the pressure. But Indian team managed to handle the pressure well, and you were just talking about the former Indian players. This is not the dream of these 11 players. This is the dream of generations of women cricketers in India. We saw how Jhulan Goswami, Mithali Raj, they were hugging the Indian team players, and there were tears in the eyes of the current players and the former players, because this victory means a lot to Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur, as much as it means to Jhulan Goswami and Mithali Raj, because generations of Indian women had seen this dream of becoming the world champion, and women cricket, to see women cricket at par with the men's cricket. And yesterday, the kind of atmosphere that we saw in D.Y. Patil Stadium, the kind of fan following, media attention, the kind of prize money that these women cricketers are getting. Finally, women cricket is finally coming to a level with men's cricket. There's still a long way to go, but they have started taking small steps towards their destination. Abhishek.
Very quickly, Suchitra, did you also have tears of joy?
Yes, Abhishek, I was literally choked during that live that I was doing. And when you see those players, because we were like regularly interacting with the players after the press conference, you just see how the body language changes. Harmanpreet Kaur did not come in the pre-match press conference before that match against New Zealand. Coach Amol Majumdar came, and it was quite evident that Indian team, they were like struggling. Nobody likes to do badly in a home World Cup. There was too much pressure, and they really wanted to win this World Cup. Harmanpreet also said yesterday that when they came to know that DY Patil is going to be their venue for the last 3-4 matches, then they start messaging each other that this DY Patil Stadium is, by the way, the home of the Mumbai Indians in WPL, Harmanpreet Kaur, and this is also called the home of women cricket in India. So Harmanpreet said that they start sending messages that we are playing the last stretch at our home. We have ample of experience of playing in this stadium. We can't let this opportunity go. So, you had that kind of visualization many times. You see that kind of dream many times. You want, imagine yourself lifting that trophy, and finally that dream came true yesterday for these women, and everybody was in tears, and all the fans. Yes, we are sports journalists, but we are also cricket fans, and we have seen the journey of women's cricket in India for a long time.
Yes,
there was a time when women's cricket matches were not held in proper stadium. Those matches were held in some 2-tier or 3rd-tier secondary stadiums. The venues were shifted at the last moment if men's cricket was being played. Even Ranji matches, Ranji
they
matches
all waited for 4 decades. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you short. I'm sorry, Suchitra, we are running short of time. But yes, congratulations to you also for covering this historic feat. And indeed, like you said, it's a dawn of a golden age for women's cricket in India. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for your inputs, Suchitra. President Murmu congratulated women team on their historic win in a social media post. So next, the president said, and I quote her here, "My heartiest congratulations to each and every member of the Indian women cricket team on winning the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2025. They have created history by winning it for the first time. They have been playing well, and today they got the result befitting their talent and performance. This watershed moment will take women cricket to still higher performances. I admire the way the girls have done India proud." And Prime Minister Modi too hailed the women team for their splendid victory. He said, and I quote him here, "A spectacular win by the Indian team in the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup 2025 finals. Their performance in the final was marked by great skill and confidence. The team showed exceptional teamwork and tenacity throughout the tournament. Congratulations to our players." Unquote. And DD India's Suchitra Bhardwaj spoke to fans soon after the win of Team India.
Rewrites the golden chapter of the world, because now from inspirations to domination, now Indian world cricket team, women world cricket team dominates the world as a World Cup champion. This is the great and memorable moment, emotional moment, proud moment for all the Indian. From 1970 to now, Indian women achieved the World Cup champion. Historical moment for all of Indian.
के लिए खुशी की बात है, और जिस प्रकार की कैप्टनसी रही है बहुत बढ़िया, जिस प्रकार के सब खिलाड़ियों का मार्गदर्शन प्रदर्शन रहा है वो बहुत बढ़िया रहा है, तो बहुत गर्व की बात है हमारे लिए।
यस, बहुत ही मज़ा आया। फाइनली हम लोग जीत गए हैं और बहुत ही मेमोरेबल मोमेंट है हमारे लिए। नारी शक्ति, यस, हम लोग जीत गए हैं वुमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप।
नारी शक्ति ने दिखा दिया है व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, व्हाट दे आर कैपेबल ऑफ डूइंग, और उन्होंने काफ़ी जनरेशन्स को इंस्पायर किया है। हमारी 2 बेटियां हैं, वो आज बोलती हैं कि हमको भी स्मृति मंदाना जैसा बनना है, हमको भी हरमन जैसा बनना है। सो वी आर रियली प्राउड ऑफ यू टीम इंडिया, एंड दे हैव रियली इंस्पायर्ड लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ जनरेशन, that kind of dominance that you have shown.
Let's now take a look at the journey of player of the match in the finals. Shefali Verma was not even in the standby list earlier, but was drafted in after Pratika Rawal was ruled out. But what a great comeback of Shefali Verma. Shefali Verma emerged as a breath of fresh air in the ecosystem of Indian women's cricket. Accumulation and not aggression was for long the currency domestic batters thrived with. India longed for a batter who could take the game on from ball 1, and they seemed to have found one, with the then 15-year-old showing off her USP in the Women's T20 Challenge 2019 in Jaipur. An India call-up came soon after, and Shefali became the youngest woman to play a T20I. In November 2019, she became the youngest Indian batter to hit an international half-century, and a few months later was a key figure in India featuring in the final of the T20 World Cup 2020, a tournament she headed into as the #1 ranked ICC T20I batter. In the next few years, Shefali came very close to scoring a century on Test debut, cemented her place across formats, became a silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games, captained India to the inaugural Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup title, and scored a record Test double century apart from playing multiple World Cups. She was picked up for ₹2 crore at the inaugural WPL auction by Delhi Capitals. And in this World Cup, Shefali Verma capped an extraordinary week with an extraordinary display in the finals. 87 of 78 balls to set up a total of 298 for 7 for the South African team. And 2 unexpected wickets of characteristic cheek at a crucial juncture in a chase that threatened more than once to turn into a nail-biter. Shefali's innings made history as the highest by an Indian opener in any World Cup final, men's or women's. Her fearless style shone through as she outdid her idol Virendra Sehwag on the big stage. Bureau Report, DD India. And Smriti Mandhana is shining bright in the world of women cricket. Let's speak through her journey.
Born and raised in a sports-loving family in Sangli, Maharashtra, Smriti showed her cricketing talent at a very young age. She started playing at the bylanes of her hometown and soon became known for her powerful shots and graceful batting style. At the age of 9, Smriti Mandhana began her journey, making her domestic debut for Maharashtra. Her talent and determination soon took her to the next level. In 2013, she made her Indian debut in an ODI against Bangladesh, marking the start of a remarkable international career. Smriti's brilliance shined on the global stage during 2017 ICC Women's World Cup in England, where her performances made her a fan favorite. She also created history by becoming the first Indian woman to score centuries in both ODIs and T20s. Known for her elegant drives, sharp cuts, and powerful lofted shots, Smriti's batting is a blend of grace and aggression. Today, she continues to inspire young cricketers across the world with her passion, skill, and determination.
And Deepti Sharma, the dynamic all-round cricketer of the Indian women's national cricket team, delivered a performance filled with redemption and was named the player of the tournament of Women's ODI World Cup 2025 on Sunday. Deepti Sharma has been one of the most consistent performers for Team India in the last few years. She brings plenty of qualities to the table, and that's why she's one of the best all-rounders right now. Deepti Sharma made her ODI debut for India at the young age of 17 years against South Africa in Bengaluru in 2014, where she impressed with figures of 2 for 35 in 10 overs. She soon made headlines by scoring 188 of 160 balls against Ireland in Potchefstroom, the second highest individual score in women's ODIs at the time. 2 years later, Sharma became the youngest Indian woman to take a 5-wicket haul, claiming 6 for 20 against Sri Lanka. In the same year, she made her T20I debut against Australia and bowled a tidy spell of 4 overs for 19 with 1 wicket. Her Test debut came in 2021 against England in Bristol, where she performed impressively. Deepti Sharma also became the first Indian woman to achieve the double of 1,000 runs and 100 wickets in 2020 internationals. Shifting focus now, in other global updates, US President Donald Trump has warned that the United States could deploy troops or carry out airstrikes in Nigeria to stop the killing of large numbers of Christians in the nation. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One on Sunday evening as he returned to Washington after a weekend in Florida, Trump said he had instructed the Defense Department to prepare for possible fast military action if Nigeria fails to crack down on the killing of Christians. Trump said in a post on Truth Social that the US government will also immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. At a church service in Nigeria's Kaduna, Christian leaders expressed frustration with the government's handling of security but drew a line at foreign interference in the country's sovereignty. Christian leaders in Nigeria welcomed Trump's threat to intervene over religious violence but cautioned against any attempt to dictate the country's leadership. Updates from West Asia now. Israel said on Sunday it had received the remains of 3 additional captives from Hamas as part of the ongoing hostage prisoner exchange under a U.S. brokered ceasefire agreement for Gaza. Prime Minister's office said in a statement that IDF and Shin Bet forces received the remains of 3 fallen hostages through the Red Cross inside Gaza. The remains are being transported to Israel for identification. The bodies are expected to be those of 3 of 11 hostages whose remains Israel is seeking from Gaza under the terms of ceasefire. Israel has said Hamas has been too slow in delivering them. Hamas says it is working as quickly as possible under difficult conditions. Since the start of the truce, Hamas has released the surviving hostages and begun handling over the remains of 28 deceased captives. Hamas released all 20 living hostages held in Gaza in return for nearly 2,000 Palestinian convicts and wartime detainees held by Israel. It has so far returned remains of 17 hostages, including 15 Israelis, 1 Thai national and 1 Nepali. A 6.3 magnitude earthquake struck near the northern Afghan city of Mazar-e-Sharif early on Monday, killing at least 20 people and injuring over 300. The U.S. Geological Survey said the quake hit at a depth of 28 kilometers near Mazar-e-Sharif, which has a population of about 523,000. Balkh province spokesperson Haji Zaid said that the earthquake destroyed part of the holy shrine of Mazar-e-Sharif, referring to the Blue Mosque. Rescue operations are underway to save individuals trapped under building rubble. Afghanistan is especially vulnerable to earthquakes as the country is located on the 2 major active faults that have the potential to rupture and cause extensive damage. Well, that's all we have in this edition of DD India News Hour, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India News Hour.